Today, guys, is going to be a really good video because I am joined by the self-proclaimed infantry main. We've got the self-proclaimed short king and what I'm going to call him the live stream legend, YouTube Guns, on the channel today because we're going to be discussing what we believe are better changes for you guys in Call of Dragons PvP. Because if you've checked out my last video, I kind of mainly talked about how I would improve Call of Dragons as a PvE game. This could have been through artifacts, heroes, VIP, and so on. But today's video is going to be focused on PvP, how we can improve what we're seeing on screen here, how we can make these spires, how we can make these just fights feel more epic and more rewarding for the player. So if you enjoyed this video, you guys know what to do. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because we're going to do more videos like this. And the more you share this about and the more views this video gets, guys, me and Guns will know you want more collaborations, so we're going to make more collaborations in the future. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and with that, I want to shout out to today's sponsor for sponsoring this video, because without them, I wouldn't be able to make content for you guys on Call of Dragons or for the game we're going to be talking about. Age of Empires Mobile is soon to announce their special server that's going to host for fellow players to join and compete in their special one-time event, Path to the Imperial City. Path to the Imperial City is an event where players join or create their own alliance to compete against each other to find out who can capture the Imperial City first. The first alliance to capture that Imperial City located in Kingsland is going to be rewarded with free iPhones as well as 100 gift cards, all worth $50 each. That's almost up to $10,000 in prizes. On top of this, to make it super spicy, myself as well as two fellow content creators, Chisgull Gaming and Omniarch, are all going to be participating all in this event server. So if you want to get some beef, you want to try and kill us on our live streams, or just cause us a little bit of an issue during our journey in our Path to the Imperial City, you're going to be able to do so. This event is going to be absolutely crazy. And I know what you guys are straight away thinking and already typing out in the comment section down below. There's no way that I'm going to beat MrSneakyy, Chisgull, or Omniarch. But that is loser's mentality. You do not know if you're going to win or lose this event until you participate and compete for yourself. And the thing is, in this event, even if you do lose the consolation prize, you can make my life misery. Yes, I'm challenging you right now to play on this special event server, and whatever alliance I am in, we will fight you with open arms. We are going to try and challenge you, and I'm going to take all of you guys out on the special event server with my cavalry and my Guan Yu all in hand. If you are interested in burning either me, Chisgull, or Omniarch and wanting to participate in the Path to the Imperial City event, you know what to do. Check down in the description down below. There will be the official Discord, website, and download link for Age of Empires Mobile. It will give you all the information you need for this event, including the special server that will be the host for the special event on October 20th. So I cannot wait to see you guys all on Age of Empires Mobile. And with that, let's get back to the video. Welcome everyone. So we are going to be talking about PvP changes, and we've got my main man Guns on the channel. Welcome, Guns. How you doing, my dude?
What's up, bro? It's a pleasure being here, man. It's been a minute, but I'm glad we finally got around to it again.
I know we keep saying like we're gonna do this collab, but because of like the time differences, guys, it's like either I'm going to bed or he's just like too busy. Like it's one or the other. Like we're either cooking each other out of a good collab. So we'll try and keep, you know, the schedules better so we can get more of these, because I know you guys enjoy the collabs, right? So what we're going to be doing is talk about PvP, because as you guys might have seen on a previous video a couple of days ago, it was kind of talking about how we could improve Call of Dragons, right? And I kind of took more of a PvE style of approach, just kind of general stuff in the game. But the one thing we all love is the PvP, right? Is the reason why we fucking play the game. So he's kind of in the background some PvP, and what we're going to do is like talk about what PvP changes we could have expected in Call of Dragons or hope to expect soon to improve maybe our experience. So I'm gonna let Guns kind of like kick off things because you're the guest, right? So let you decide what you want to talk about on the PvP side of things.
Appreciate it. It's an honor to go first. um, dude, I would say for the most part, I'm relatively happy, me personally, with like the PvP wise. But I still think like one of the things that can help improve the PvP experience is definitely just more elixir production. Like
Yeah.
I know maybe like off face value, some people might be like, oh, like if let's just say for example, like if a million standard, no matter what your tech is too much,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some people might think that, but that actually gives chance for people to actually enjoy the game. And if you're enjoying the game, that's gonna get people hooked on a little bit more and not really feel that much of a pressure, you know, because a lot of people to get like 700,000 troops, that takes forever, bro. So yeah, I
Yeah.
would start off with that. Just more opportunities to just be more involved from the low spender up to the freaking, well, really, yeah, from the low spender up.
Yeah,
So no one gets left
definitely.
behind.
Because like the thing is, it's like Elixir production speed wasn't like a problem in the past, and then we've just seen it, you know, over time, just kind of get cut and cut and cut over time for no reason. Where if they just brought it back, I bet you a lot of the player base would probably come back just to play the PvP side of things. Because honestly, the PvP is amazing, but the production of it is like you said, the Elixir Healing is what's it's dampening just the free-to-play experience for many players, right? Even low spenders that kind of do rely on the Elixir Healing. Like, I've kind of gone full speed this season to see how it is, and I already tested it out, maxed out 300k, is around 12 hours, right? And that's not too bad at the moment, but I can imagine, like, when you start gaining, you know, more and more troops, obviously the time gets like low and low, and your obviously resource reduction as well scales with the amount of troops you have too, depending on what you run. So like it would be nice to get the healing reduced. That would be like the big one, because I think more, or everyone will agree, less healing or better healing means more fighting, right? And more fighting means we can have a bit more fun. One thing I want to talk about is the reports, right? Because I think this is one aspect where, like I say, we don't have to talk about saying that PvP is bad, because we're not saying PvP is bad in the game, but like there could be just areas that can definitely be improved, right? So like a good example of it is the report system. So if we just look at any, like just a quick saved one I've got here, we expect to see certain things on a report system that just ain't there, right? And just when you go to the battle log side of it, it's just like a little bit, let's just be honest, it's a bit complicated to read for most players. Even if you just click on the turn by turns, if you just click it by here and you're seeing it down here, it's like, yeah, okay, I can kind of get an under gist. Obviously, the symbols representing your skill damage, but then at the same time, in these reports, like if you come back out of it, like you mentioned, it doesn't really tell you like a good overall how much war pet damage you did. Do you know what I mean? Like, or how much an actual individual skill did. Because in a merit report, for example, especially if you like testing, for example, when you go to the battle log, it'd have been really good at the very top here. You could have had like Kanara total skill damage from active 1. You can see how much she did in that combat, and then see how much Nico did. And that's just kind of like a general overall like top section that just allows you to get that easy, quick information you needed in the battle report. So I know like you mentioned battle report improvements, and I thought that was one myself that you could definitely improve on. So do you want to expand on that at all, or are you happy with
No,
how I've said it?
no, yeah, for sure. No, you definitely said it well. But just expanding a little bit more is like, yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. There's so much investment that's going into these pets, right? And clearly the developers have a big plan as far as like pets go, having their involvement in the game. But when it comes to the reports, it's like everyone's kind of winging it a little bit with a lot of the reports. It's like no one really knows how good they actually are, you know, like how many kills are they actually doing. And I feel like those numbers specifically, me now being here in Noir and also fighting against Echo players in Tournament of Champions, we see how insane these pets are. But if the battle reports were improved to the point where you can see like, oh dang, that Night Rock just went crazy, got was like 30, 40, 50k of the set wounds
Yeah.
or kills in general, like that would definitely create like a tighter bond between the player and the pet, and wanting to actually improve them, because there's so many spenders right now that would just rather spend a bunch of money on mana than on their pets because they see more value on it.
Yeah, definitely. I've been leaned sometimes to it where it's like when I've had that extra bit left over and I'm not working on a pet, you know, like because I'm just grinding the skills for it still, and I've got so much left over. Finding a bit of mana just to help get you by honestly does help you a long way. Honestly, when you just want to fight, because that's
Yep.
the end of the day. It's just like, yeah, I could be working on a war pet, but that war pet might take me a year, right? But I could buy this mana and get some instant gratification out of some good fighting at the end of the day. And I think it's such a weird balance for players to kind of work on when it comes to, like you mentioned, like the war pet damage, and you can't really see it in the battle reports, right? Another thing I'll mention, and I think I'll let you kind of expand on it, and I'm kind of stealing it from you here, is the reports on your artifacts, right? So here we
Mm.
see artifact damage being done, even if it's just on Darklings, right? But we can pretend these were on marches, like we've got kind of on this instance or whatever, right? But we don't get any merit gain for it. So I'll let you kind of, you know, discuss how you kind of feel on it, and then I'll add my points on afterwards if you want.
Yeah, I think number one, like the main benefit is marches like Bert Tohar, for example. The Mirage Orb is, I'm pretty sure it's the highest damage dealing artifact in the game. Um, but a lot of people don't go for it because Bert Tohar is just not getting as many merits as Lilia Valen or Lilia Thea or some of the other marches, like Magzay is now with even just Heart of Kamasi. But yeah, if you were actually able to get merits from it, it would improve certain marches to for more people to invest. So we're happy because we get more merits, and the devs are happy because they're gonna get more people investing in their game.
Yeah, that's it. Because that's kind of what I was gonna like
We
add
all win.
on.
We all win.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I was adding on. At the end of the day, like we're technically invested into the heroes, like gives us merit reports, right, and earns us merits, and it's like technically we're investing just as much just to get these artifacts maxed out, like if not more. Some people might argue, right? And the fact that you're not gaining any merit gain out of it, it's kind of like a big ball buster. Let's be honest, like it's like why am I putting so much
hmm
investment into this artifact and I'm not even getting in any reward for doing so? Like I'm not getting rewarded for doing it apart from I'm not getting shitted on by someone else who has a better artifact at the end of the day. So um
$700 later,
yeah, and then like
nothing to show for.
the next artifact rotation comes out, and then like your artifacts just gets outscaled because most likely you'll probably power creep it up again, right? So it'll be 7.5%, and now it's gonna go to like 9% or like 10% or something stupid. They'll power creep them up somehow, right? So it is weird. I don't get why in PvP merits and artifacts ain't into like changeable, like ain't working
Mhm.
together. It's just a weird phenomena for me. Um, what's your thoughts on Bastions, or have you got any other thoughts on how you
Uh,
would kind of talk about PvP? What you'd kind of want improved, or what would be cool to be added? It could be anything.
I think the main thing overall for Bastions that makes them so annoying to deal with is Makeway, right? Because people are literally exploiting this strategy, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just park their top whales, put the Bastion right there, and then just abuse the Makeway policy. And I think they nerfed the Makeway policy this season. I think it's 20 seconds. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
say it was 30 seconds before. So the developers are definitely hearing us and saying like that thing is way too OP. I think 20 seconds is still pretty overpowered. But yeah, that mainly, and then just the percentages of deads, right? Because like I get that you know, maybe the deads coming along with the game is it's a way for players to spend more money, more revenue to train more troops and speed ups and whatnot, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
without it, people weren't getting that many deads. I mean, even look at, and I'm kind of going off the deep end here a little bit, but bear with me. Now we have 7 passes, bro. So clearly the devs want more deads to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like they want more deads to happen, but it's like a lot of players are just suffering because of the amount of deads, right? A lot of that has to do with, self-management and putting in the specific amount of troops, but yeah, just lowering the percentage of the deads, man. For example, Burgess, another fellow content creator,
Mm-hmm.
I saw his video that he has no more infantry. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
No,
that's what
yeah,
happens, dude.
ACDC had it rough, dude. They
That's
had it rough for sure.
it's what happens, my dude.
We just started our
I'm
civil war
still. It's
too.
so funny because I'm sat here still with like 400,000, like, and I'm still trading them. You know, I'm still
You had
happy
a lot of
going.
die when you were in MILF, right, against BDO?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
took
I
a
was
lot of deads that season.
the season I took the most deads in was actually I think the FS season against I think who was we against that season in an FS because we had to defend a pass and I think I was streaming myself defending that pass for about 6 hours straight. Like
I remember that.
it was
Yeah, I
brutal. I
remember
lost
that.
so many infantry on that day. It was a rest in peace day. But I do agree with what you're saying because the thing is with me as well, and that's kind of what I was going to mainly mention was the dead side of things because when you read it, it's like 50% of the people. So if I attack your bastion, I'm losing 50% of my Severoons are dead. It's just like that is just so off-putting. It's like, why would I want to attack because of such a high number? Like, I honestly think if they just reduce these to like 35% for the attackers and like 15 or 10% for the defenders, just make it so people can attack and just not be scared to attack and defend these structures would really entice them. On top of that, I don't know if they need, I wouldn't say like a rework. Maybe they might need, I don't know how to put it, but like, like not saying nerfing them, but like the defense side of things, like it does feel like they're insanely hard to break. That's the only thing I have a problem with. So like maybe in the future with better rally pairings, right, we might be able to break through them. But I still think that shouldn't be an issue. That shouldn't be like the solution. I think like right now we should have a solid solution where if you are rallying it and you've rallied it about 3 or 4 times, you're guaranteed, or 5 times, you're guaranteed it's breaking or it's on fire or some sort of effect, right? Instead of just getting on with it and just kind of letting it just stand there because it is just a bit of a bitch of a structure when it's there. So I don't think there's honestly too much things I would change apart from outside of that. When it comes to like a lot of the PvP things, a lot of the biggest complaints is the map. And I know it's a hard thing to balance, right? And they've tried it a lot. I think, to be honest, the last map we had, I don't know about you, but to be honest, I did enjoy the last map. I'm going to be honest. Like the, what is it? The last season? Where is it? Season of Strife, this one.
Hmm.
This Calling of Courage map, I didn't feel like it actually was a bad map in terms of like sizing, where like you actually had what people wanted for especially cavalry and stuff, where it was really big open spaces. There was some good choke points you could go through and stuff as well. But it feels like on here it's a little bit overkilled. And again, like there's like so many spires. Like the one issue I think a lot of players hated was spires, and we just keep seeing more and more spires getting put up. But it's just like, if you're not listening to what we're saying, just like, we don't need these structures. These structures are just like
They're
there.
annoying, bro.
Yeah, like they're there. That's all they're there for. Literally, they just it because the thing is like people at first think spires were going to be pretty, I think defensive. But when you see how alliances are now, like they can break through a spire so easily if they really wanted to. And it's just literally just like a boring stepping stone where it's just like, okay, I just need to take this out, and it's going to basically like sort out the rest of the job for us, and then we can push through, right? So I don't know about spires. Obviously, I think they could remove spires. To be honest, as like a whole. Just, I don't know about you. Do you want to keep spires, or would you keep some number of them?
Yeah, I don't mind some number of them, right? Because I have been in situations where we were getting our asses kicked, not in noir so far yet, right? But I have been in situations before where like the spires were cool to have there, you know, especially when you're getting your ass kicked, you got a little bit of extra firepower there. But yeah, like the multiple um spires is definitely kind of annoying to deal with. On top of that, it kind of adds a little bit of delay in that final zone when you're going through so many spires. You know, the first season of Strife, there really wasn't that many, right? And I agree with you. Like that map was dope, dude. Even doing like watch parties and stuff like that. Um, a lot of big open field PvP, right? We're seeing people do like banana tactics. We're seeing people do like just a murder ball tactic. You know, two different murder ball tactics. Like you can actually see that calves are actually more relevant nowadays. More and more people are investing into calves. So I would say that's definitely a W as far as like map design stuff goes. You know, calves are being used more by a lot of the top merit earners.
The calves are here.
Yeah, fucking caves.
Yeah, man. Because that's the thing. Because like, I feel like the devs are overcomplicating what they need to do when it comes to the maps. Like, to be honest, like all they have to do is just make sure when they're just designing a map that from point A to B is the same distance for everyone. That's all they have to do. Like, so if there's the objective in the middle of the map, make sure every pass is the equal distance to get to that, right? When it comes to flags. Even if people cheese over stuff and use tactics, right? They should be good enough as devs, especially now how they've been watching us play, to know like we're gonna use, you know, bastion tactics and fort tactics to like technically just skip over certain mountains and just kind of, you know, reduce the amount of flags needed to get to a certain area, right? And they should be able to just look at that and go, okay, then, right. So if they're going to do this in this amount, just allow players to get there. Because I think if you just open it up, it removes all this, you know, like mountainside. Like if you could imagine, instead of you having to go through and do all this weird shenanigans here, because probably you'd hope these two would touch so you could delete these two flags, save yourself some flags here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you could do a load of different like stuff with it. Why not just remove the fucking mountain? Like what's the point of it being there? Like, if that was removed, let the player just directly make their territory where they need to go. And like you said, it lets players get into these sort of fights sooner, because that's what people want at the end of the day. They just want to fight and PvP. So is there anything else you want to talk about when it comes to PvP, or are you good, my dude?
Just a quick like thing about that is like, you know, to the devs, and definitely appreciate that the final zone is like within a few hours you're fighting, right? Because back in the day, and you can attest to back in the day, bro, even in final zone you were waiting hours before anything big happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, no, that is true. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants the game to succeed, and I think the devs are like not understanding. Like, look, we enjoy the game, but there's only so much threshold that people are going to take before it's just like, is it good enough anymore? Do you know what I mean? Like, is the PvP going to outweigh all the cons? And I think if they can improve the PvP first and then fix maybe some of the PvE suggestions, it'd be a good step in the right direction, because this game's got the best PvP. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I've never played a game with such fun ranged mechanics where it's so smooth, right? That's the thing that's what's so good about Call of Dragons PvP at the end of the day. It's smooth to play, right? Like, it's polished. It feels like almost, I wouldn't say like a AAA game. Sometimes obviously it lags, sometimes you're gonna get that server issues. It is what it is. It's a mobile game, but when we're looking at even just like the gameplay in the background, like it's smooth, man. All the animations are coming out bang, and it looks good to watch, right? So hopefully the devs watch the video and take some of the suggestions, and hopefully we might see some improvements to the PvP side of things. over maybe the next few months, because obviously it does take a while for these things to come into the game. So been a pleasure, man, honestly. I see you guys fighting in the backgrounds. We've got you up there. So I don't want to take your time too much.
No,
Anything
you're good.
else
You're
you
good.
want to say, my dude?
If the devs do watch this, please listen to the community, man. We are crying for we want to be heard, and we definitely see moments where we are heard, and others where we're not. So, you know, the more we're heard, I feel like the game's just gonna do better.
Yeah, man. So, guys, obviously this has been an amazing video. It's kind of part 2 on how we can improve Call of Dragons, and obviously got guns involved. If you have not somehow checked out guns, there will be a link in the description down below. Check them out, hit the sub button, show some love to your fellow content creators, since it seems slowly but surely we are dropping like flies. So,
Oh my God, Meower.
rest in pieces, my
The
dude.
boy.
Honestly, man, rest in peace. So, yeah, man, with all that said, smash a like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video. So until then, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.